How often do you talk to yourself? Yes. Check 1 2 1 2. Buenos dias, everybody. It's Motivational Monday. And what's today's date? Thanks for joining me this Monday on March the 4th, 2024. I believe Friday I said 23. Please disregard that. I hope you're doing well. We're going to kick off with dad jokes, but this time around, we have some cheesy jokes, aka dad jokes, from a little pup. Yeah, he's a cutie. I hope you enjoy it. He actually had my joke. So shout out to Claudia for submitting this video clip that you found on the gram. So I really appreciate that. Oh, there he is. There he is. He is adorable. And he's got some cheesy dad jokes because that's what we do. All right, let's see what he's got cooking. What should we call him? Oh, Rottweiler. Yeah. All right, Rottweiler. Let's see what you got.
You call a factory that makes okay products a satisfactory. What do sprinters eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not gonna spread it. What do you call a factory that...
Yes, good job for the cheesy jokes. Loving it. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I see somebody in the green room. Your chance is coming up very soon. All right. So what we got next is I love getting surprised by my own slideshows because I will forget. What's next? Ooh, in sports, everybody. Oh my gosh. If you have tissue, if you're not having a motivational Monday, okay, I'm gonna read this in Spanish, Charmaine, before you play it. So I'm gonna translate for all those folks that don't speak el español. Un error no es final. That means one error, it's not final. It's Churchill's success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to keep going that counts on this motivational Monday. Okay, let's watch this video now. Oh gosh, I was in tears on Friday. Here we go. Or Saturday. Saturday, yes. Everybody's got the do's and not the pay. All right, fumbles or falls, that's okay. All right. I'm gonna keep going. The whole part right here is his teammates. Yes. 11 bounce back. Okay. Thank you, Charmaine. Oh my gosh. I was crying on Saturday. So shout out to all my friends who send all support when anyway, we're gonna keep that secret for right now. But yeah, I had a hard Saturday. It was tough. One person mentioned how no one was talking about number 11. If you guys don't know, if you saw number 11 towards the end, he's going full blown hard and he gets pushed, and like I literally see him bounce up as well. So yeah, kudos to the whole team, and then also kudos to number 11 from the opposite team who bounced right up. What's next, Charmaine? Is that the Weatherman that's next? Oh, and is he on time? Is the Weatherman on time? What's going on this motivational Monday? Charmaine, I believe he is. Weatherman, what's the weather?
Hey, well, let's just look out the window.
You gotta clean that window.
No, it's the lens. It's the lens.
Oh, okay.
It's cloudy. Okay. It's a little humid out, but it's cool. Humid and cool. About 60 something.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be thunderstorms today. So if you need to get out, now's a good time. If not, yeah. If you want to know the weather anywhere else, I just don't know.
The local
Super
weather,
local, like
as in,
where I'm standing.
yeah, as in like where he is standing. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Weatherman. Yay! Shout out to Weatherman being on time. I love it. Okay, you're back in the team. I'm just kidding. You're always in the team. Look at his face. All right, what do we got next on the slide? Okay, so we're gonna today, well, this whole week's theme, it's on improving our self talk. I'm gonna do this cover right here. This is gonna be my cover. Charmaine, can you put only me for a second, for a hot second, so I can do it for my picture? This is gonna be the new one. Hey, how's that? How's that? Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, there. Oh no, not the weather, man. All right, that's all good. Yeah, we could put the weather back on and the slide proving our self-talk nice and big. Thank you, Weatherman. Yeah, let's put him in because he's gonna be part of this conversation. Jimmy, how often do you talk to yourself?
Probably fairly often.
Hmm. I know for me, I do most of my self-talk. Well, you've seen me. Well, actually, I'm sorry. You've heard stories. I just dropped coffee on myself. That's great. Um, there's a story that someone caught me at work when I was running this after school program, telling myself what Zito, what did they catch me saying?
Come on, Patricia Kelly, Zito. No, Kinde, sorry.
Yeah, I
Come
wasn't
on,
married yet.
Patricia Kelly, Kinde, you got this.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I do find myself like pumping myself up, and that's what I used to call it. And I think most people think affirmation is pumping the volume, dance, dance. Oh, I just did a throwback Thursday. Yeah, but let's put the big slide, Charmaine, for a second. So this whole week, and yeah, so my self-talk right here for me personally, on the negative side, right? So there's the pumping, and then there's the shower self talk. I mean, come on, raise your hand if you talk to yourself in the shower. And those are usually ideas that I get, and then they get filtered at times with, like, nah, that's crazy. And, I made a mistake today. I went to social media and I read some negative comments before coming to the morning show. Well, guess what that did to my self talk? At first, I want to reply back like, what? Beep, beep, right? Like anger, like how immature. And then I'm like, I'm going to take a stand. I'm not going to put up against bullies, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna burn the educational institution. I mean, seriously, it really goes that far and deep and dark. All right. And yeah, and then it goes to, nah, I'm not gonna change the system. Zito, what's up with all those fingers on top of the camera? We might take Zito out. All right, I think Zito wants to be hidden. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. So, yeah, we can get highly influenced to begin this self-talk that can become, what's the name of that when it's like it's like nonstop, kind of like erotic? Is that the word I'm looking for? Do you know what word I'm looking for, Zito?
I think it's neurotic.
Ooh, tell me what that means.
It's like you're hyper fixated on something, or you have some type of neurosis.
Yes, yes. Raise your hand if some of that self talk can be as Jimmy just pointed out. And then you go back and forth. Then you're having arguments with yourself, and that's nonstop. So there are a couple of ways that I could get myself there. So, how do we want to improve it? It's what we're going to be talking about all week. The question here is like, how often? Drop it in the comments wherever you're joining, watching the replay. Where is it that you do the most of this self-talk? And we could do both. We could do like the affirmation self-talk, but I mean, come on, let's get real, right? Like most of us by nature will automatically go into that negative self-talk. Right here, the picture, she looks super happy. And she's definitely having some affirmations. Okay. So I like to show pictures to look at the end of the tunnel. And I want to see how we actually get to that side where we can be smiling. And I'm of course going to give some exercises. I just apply them myself. And some of them, invite, if you like to choose, is putting stickers with affirmations. It does help because we forget. We totally forget. I can write my affirmations for my like intention of the month and then now look at that page at the end of the month. And I'm like, oh, where were those affirmations about my strong center? And so, anyway, and I'm saying that because this weekend I did my monthly recap, and that's when I saw it. I was like, oh, I was going to focus on some strong center affirmations. Where did that go? So, anyway, putting up stickers, we're going to see how that is going to go. And yeah, so one of the things, we can go to the next slide. I have a quote to hold us this whole week. Okay. And that is, shout out to Roselle Pacetes. Oh my goodness. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Um, yeah, this quote just came in perfect timing. If you follow me on Instagram, it's right there. And I give the kudos to this person. I am the cause and I am the solution. So whatever side of the spectrum you're sitting in, but I don't know of any human who's on full, like constantly all positive self-talk. I mean, I really don't know. And I honestly, if somebody tells me they are, I don't believe them. Call me skeptical. And the Jimmy's gonna be like, "What? You're skeptical about those humans that say they never have anything negative to say and or never have." And there is, I'm not going to say his name, but in a podcast I listened to, he said that he didn't have imposter syndrome. And I reached out to the podcast host. I was like, is he for real? She goes, yeah. And I believe him. And I'm like, well, I don't. That's crazy. Maybe in certain areas you're like done with imposter syndrome, but I'm sure there are other areas, and I just want to keep it humble. Let's keep it real. In some areas, there's a lot of the imposter syndrome. And so what I want us to encourage ourselves, and Zito, you could let me know or chime in or not, because I remember when I told you this quote, you went, and this is like maybe like 3 weeks ago, beginning of February. So this quote is to say, wherever we are in this spectrum on this self-talk, we could get to the other side. We could become the solution. When speaking of after school programs, at every staff meeting on Friday, I will have a little box. And I didn't call it a suggestion box, I call it struggles to solutions. So basically, I'm struggling with XYZ. I want to know if XYZ can be part of the solution, or I don't like this about your meeting. And now I seriously meant that, but not, I don't know if I ever had anybody be that honest. I don't think so. Maybe somebody got close, but not really. So it's like, okay, what is it you don't like about XYZ or the idea? And then give me some solutions to that. But can we zoom in on us? Charmaine, can I get a shot of just me right here so I could talk to you right here? Right, yeah, you right there. We could get caught up on work, and work can become our lives, and how to lead others can become like our narrow focus. And it's good, because if you believe to be a good leader, it's great that you're spending this amount of energy. But if we can back up for a second and focus those lenses. If I had somebody give me this advice when I was in the trenches or whatever it's called, in the suck, as a director, is that, hey Patty, just focus on you 1 second. Like, okay, it's great, you're getting your staff to be solution oriented. What about you? What about your self-talk? And I am saying that because I have very negative self-talk about my body, about my self-image. And even though I'm in the field as a coach, right? I still have that. I'm a nutritional therapy consultant, and I stopped seeing clients because I wasn't reaching my goal. Like, I took that very seriously. And I know a lot of people told me, well, Patty, it's not about you. And part of that is true. But the other part is, like, I want to be so clear, and this is why I wanted this camera right here. I want to be so clear to encourage us that we got to take a look at us first. Like, when you point a finger at somebody, it's coming right back at you. And so this whole week, it's for me. I hope it's for us. I hope that you join the invitation about how to improve your self-talk. I hope you found a category, an area of your life where there will be some improving in your self-talk. Maybe you got your career self-talk on check, marriage check, kids check, and maybe sell boo, or maybe it's the other way around. Whatever that is, I hope that is you. I hope that, and I know I had the slide on Mark England, the interview about parenting. My biggest thing is that this is why I don't focus on helping just parents, because it's not about raising wonderful children. It's about raising wonderful adults, us, and then the children will follow. I will share. I'm considering about sharing this negative comment that I got. It wasn't even on my channel. It was on somebody else's reel about yelling at students, not yelling, but blowing the whistle at students. I don't play that because students are humans. So if you're a teacher and you actually think that's funny, which a lot of people reply back, oh, it's funny, like, relax. I even got the middle finger. How mature of teachers to flip the finger at me, because I said that breaks my heart, and I said I'd rather be assertive than passive aggressive. And it just made me really, really, really sad. And so I want to have conversations with those who are ready to take a look at themselves, and I'm saying that for myself. And I'm sharing about where I want to improve on the self-talk, on my body, on my self-image. So Zito, I don't know if you have anything to add on this self-talk, on the quote. No more weather. This is like serious talk. If you want to join in, I'm not sure if have you had your coffee. Let's just ask that first before. No, honey, I saw you drinking. I could see the green room.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just say something else about. Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say something? No, I think you muted yourself. Yeah. Here's my husband. Wonderful soul. He used to leave me stickies. Maybe the first year of marriage. You're beautiful, and all these wonderful things about myself. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he adorable? And it helps some, absolutely. Not gonna front. At the end of the day, is what we say to ourselves between those ears. And I know I put it in the description. For us that are not able to go to sleep, that's a real thing. How many of us are having a hard time going to sleep because either you're going back and forth with an argument with somebody, or something what you should say and what you're gonna say, and then you're thinking about what they're gonna say back, and it's just plainly exhausting. So let's put that quote back, Charmaine, back in here. Let's go this week understanding that we actually can improve. And what today's message is that we got the power, okay, to be the solution, because we are the cause of that. Like, there's some people who blame forces for their negative self-talk. And I don't believe that. We are making those things. There is a choice that we can make to shift that. And if you're going to be like, well, that's just, and I, XYZ, because you're not really reading a holy book correctly. Not even going to go there. Um, you're throwing your hands up. You're throwing your hands up. I mean, honestly, I know when I did that, I blamed it on someone else and I became more of a victim instead of someone who is learning how to make choices. And making choices helps me to be self-responsible, which gives me freedom. And then data, I'm flowing. And there's times in my life and areas of my life where I do feel like I'm flowing. Like one of them being when I'm here, when I'm online live, or when I'm facilitating a workshop. I tell Jimmy I could die today. Like, I am good. I am living to my full potential and purpose. Oh, those are two P's. Okay, very good. And, and it's awesome. And then there are other areas where I am feeling stuck. And so that's all I want to say for today. I hope, drop a comment, please. Let me know where your self-talk, that negative one, comes up. If you're like, nah, Patty, I'm going to focus just on this. We could, but I got to say it's temporary, because I am the person that grew up with the Tony Robbins and that school of thought about, boom, being so aggressive. And I'm done with hustle culture. I'm done with aggression about my future. I want to step in with grace and compassion on myself first. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure what Charmaine is going to put on for the end. Let's bring Zito, because he might join me. I don't know. Are we going to dance? Oh, excuse me. You yawning, son? That's all good. That's all good. Thanks for joining me this morning, Zito. I'm glad you're here. Oh, yes. Thank you, Charmaine. Make sure you hit like, consider subscribing, share this video. We will see you guys, because first I need to hear the song. I don't know what song we're going to have in here. DJ Charmaine. Hey, I've seen good vibes on Jimmy likes this. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.